7,000 gold lead right now, but it is a very even game, so anything could really happen.
Well, we do have to wait until this match is over anyway to see that CDEC versus eHome match. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we will all jump over to eHome versus VP. It is Game 2. eHome is leading 1-0, and we're waiting to find out, can eHome pull out to 2-0 and keep that dream alive of going first in Group B?
Will just barely live unless they can chase him down.
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
Okay.
All right, welcome mainstream.
Hello,
this is a seriously important game if you guys haven't been paying attention. Both of these teams are fighting for their top 4 spot in Group B. And it's a close one.
eHome looked very strong in game number 1. And here in game 2, VP fighting for the top 4. This is what it all comes down to, Purge. It's been a very close game so far. eHome just recently pulling far ahead. Ice Blast will connect on the Roche pit, but VP just can't contest this. Ravage is down. Sonic Wave is down. This will be a Roche going the way of eHome. So, yeah, very even mid-game. Pretty quiet farming until the recent bout of team fighting. Pipe on the way. We'll take a look at the items here just so y'all can get acquainted with the current state of this match.
Now, if you missed the last fight, what basically happened was CTY came from far behind in the team fight, and VP was looking for the other main group. If they would have been able to spot CTY first, they could have just completely blown him up to start things off. Phobos getting spotted in the jungle, actually, this is pretty dangerous because the rest of the heroes are semi in the area. He's just going to TP home.
Can't get there in time.
It's such short range now.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to get in range.
CTY fishing as well in the mid lane. He's the one carrying the Aegis now, so not afraid to be a little bit aggressive if an opportunity arises.
He's got so much farm. 4K gold plus his Aghanims.
Wow.
So he just solo killed the Rubik very, very easily earlier. But the problem is that both teams have been playing super safe 5-man the whole game because neither of them wants to lose this one. And because of that, Lil has much less items than he normally does.
Yeah, look at this Rubik. He's got Urn, Arcane Boots, and still no progression towards that Blink Dagger. Very unfortunate for him. The Ancient Apparition in a similar state right now. They're at the bottom of the pack for net worth by a pretty big margin. They've been holding steady, whereas for eHome, both of their supports have been on the up and up. A lot of that coming from the track gold.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes a big difference there. VP going to try to take at least tier 1 tower here before they back off and go for the Rax defend. They don't have Ravage yet. 16 seconds cooldown on that one, and eHome's happy to go high ground.
All right, there is no glyph either on cooldown for another 20 seconds.
Going to get solo
big
killed.
Trouble. Can they finish him off? They can. He does have a buyback here.
It's Soul Laguna, though. 950 magic damage. That's going to be a huge thing to have in the next team fight, but
they may realize it was stolen as well. We'll see if they adjust their playstyle here. They'll mech up. They go right back onto the tower. Glyph up in about 5 seconds. Illidan may need to burn the buyback here. Ravage is also cooled down. Refresher picked up by Lina.
Great pickup.
Oh, boy, this is scary. She doesn't have the mana pool to use it quite yet now. It's way back at the base. Never mind. They won't need it for this siege. Tower's gone down. They've got the Glyph now. VP can still make a hold here, but do they sack the barracks and not use the buyback? Ravage completely whiffed from Phobos. Oh, no. It's a disaster from Virtus Pro. Now comes the BKB for Yang. Sonic Wave from Quap.
Oh, man, they just shredded.
This is scary. CTY goes down, but comes right back to life. This should be at least a lane of barracks for eHome. That was not the time to whiff the Ravage. Oh, no.
He pressed it before he blinked. I looked down, and I don't think there was a damage source that hit him or anything.
No.
Because it was Bounty Hunter kind of close to him, but he has no way to do damage from that far away.
We saw it from Ohio earlier, just not shift queuing properly on his Earthshaker. It's very similar style. It just happens occasionally. But
it's such a small thing because if he hesitates a little bit after he blinks, then they have a much better chance of getting their BKBs off. They did still kill the Aegis on Lina, but you just can't make that mistake. It's such a big mistake when you're defending.
Okay. So anything else here progression-wise? Phobos, I guess worth mentioning here to all the new viewers joining us that he has a soul booster probably working towards the Octarine core. Not a build that Purge or myself have seen on Tidehunter, but a very interesting idea to lower all these cooldowns.
And he was doing much better before, which was part of the reason that it seems like such a terrible item now. You're like, why would you build that? It costs like 6,000 gold on a Tidehunter. You could have just gotten Refresher. Well, I mean, you can disassemble the Arcane Boots. That part's pretty cool, but you don't really have the mana to do Mechanism and Refresh, because Mech is a huge percentage of your mana pool. So he was doing very well before. VP was winning their team fights, but just a couple clutch snowballs coming from ROTK, and eHome's in a big advantage now.
Yeah, and they were trying to set something up in the bottom lane here with G hiding in the tree line, but the Ice Blast will fall a little bit short. Also, another big item pickup for eHome here. Lanham picks the Pipe of Insight. Finally gets it completed, so now more magic resistance, and they have something to deal with the Ice Blast and this Ancient Apparition, who's still no progression towards an Aghanims. Hanging on to the gem for now, but that damage is really not scaling so well here, Purge.
I don't even know if that's that big of a deal, though, because they all have BKBs at this point. Their cores do, at least.
True.
Lina and Razor, like, the pipe was something we theorycrafted at the start. Like, wow, pipe is really needed this game. But as it's going now, their disables are weak. They're basically reliant on a Ravage on 5 heroes to really guarantee the kill. Mm-hmm. And you can BKB that most of the time. These top-tier players are going to see the blink coming. He'll blink in, they're going to pop their BKBs. At most, you'll stun 3 heroes. But you need to get all of them and get the follow-up damage for them to have a fighting chance in this game if they don't have the chain stuns. And they don't. They don't even have a blink on Rubik. He's just got a cloak. Yeah.
They've also got a Shiva's now on Yang's Razor, so more item progression on that front. 1,500 gold on the Tide Hunter. Still a little ways off that Octarine core. Looking for other items here, and not much has progressed except now a Blink Dagger on Lina. Can't forget about that refresher that she's picked up. I'm not even sure if it's been shown to VP yet. Now it has.
Yeah.
If it wasn't,
I think she'd been farming a creep wave a couple times.
No, but we'll have to deal with double Laguna.
I like this build a lot, actually. It's very common on Quap as well. You go Ags Refresher to get the double ult. Maybe a bit too mana expensive on Queen of Pain, but on Lina, especially if you have an Ags, man, that's double pure damage. You can do almost 2,000 pure damage to any hero. Yeah. Any hero that he gets within range on, he can just be like, pew pew. And then they die.
Yeah, definitely. eHome, they're poking here. They want to take a fight, but they just can't find the right angle to make it happen, and they're still scared to charge up the high ground. Lina just used her refresher.
What?
Oh, my.
He swapped his treads positioning, and he was trying to tread switch.
Oh, my.
That's a mistake.
Well, at least VP didn't see it. I guess that's the one silver lining there, but...
That's like he has 5,000 less net worth just now. Yeah. That is such an incredible mistake. Now he can only pew once.
Yep. Well, he's going to be in the sideline here. Initiation comes out onto ROTK. He'll BKB straight away.
I like that. That's good.
Phobos in the front lines. Both teams slow rolling this. Snowball in. Really just poking here. Both sides totally afraid to commit.
That was really well done by VP there. They got to get the mind games in them. Make them doubt popping their BKB. Because now ROTK wasted his. He's going to get hit by the Ravage next one. Unless he snowballs it or blink dodges it.
Well, it's already happened in one fight with a super sick snowball to dodge the Sonic Wave after a nice Ravage. Maybe he can do it again here, Purge.
With that said as well, also mech being used on VP, so less heal coming for them if the team fight happens. But I think they're just going to delay this. I don't think eHome's entirely upset because he did refresh accidentally.
Yeah.
I like how CTY is killing these trees, though. That's very smart. That's an approach path for VP if they smoke out of their base. So cut those trees down, give them the vision needed when the smoke breaks.
Yeah. Good point there. I think eHome also trying just to feign the pressure for now, so it's not obvious that this refresher is not available. They're going to keep positioning to keep VP locked in their base and try not to take a fight unless someone really oversteps. Holden kind of poking his head out here.
Ooh.
Oh,
there's
Laguna.
One.
Okay. Takes him down to half, and it seems like they're just trying to keep VP locked in their base and just keep chipping away at this mid tower.
VP might go for this now, honestly. It's a pretty low cooldown, 50 seconds, but if the refresher's up, which they assume it is, at most that's one Laguna Blade.
Yeah. ROTK is nowhere to be found either. He's pretty far off, does not have BOTs, so can't get back to the fight quickly if VP does opt to jump. If you take a look at the vision here, Virtus Pro are completely locked in their base. They've got one ward down that they were able to put out on the low ground here, but they just have absolutely no idea what eHome are doing. They don't know if there's all 5 ready to jump into the base, if they're about to smoke into this top lane. They do have a sentry ward down to try and stay safe from that kind of a play, but
DDC even snipes the ward to the side, and it's so easy for him because his range goes up to so much with Arctic Burn. So, they've been poured Ravage on 2 big ones.
Right onto CTY as well as Lanham.
So dead.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 down, but Yang is still here. BKB's popped to plenty. ROTK still nowhere to be found. Winter's Curse will buy them a little bit of time to try and retreat, but a fast 2-0. eHome staying 2 spread out here. It will come back to bite them in the rear end. Can they actually finish off Yang, though? He's so fast. They will chase him down. Ice Shards, well, helping to buy some time. And it will keep him alive. Now ROTK, he goes charging in. Walrus punch onto FNG, but he's all by his lonesome. He'll use his BKB. It's ROTK versus the world. TP out on the Ancient Apparition. He'll live. There was a buyback from the Lina to try and find some counter kills here. Phobos left behind.
They just don't have the damage.
They may just cut their losses.
I mean, Lina might. All right, they're going to get him with that Ice Shards. DK Phobos will fall, but he used Ravage. He's got buyback. That's not that big of a loss for him. Oh, Quap almost getting caught. That was so dangerous.
He does have an Aghanims now, so not a huge cooldown. But ROTK, he is going in deep. Maybe too deep, dare I say.
He actually dies there, but Quat might be in trouble. No BKB for 2 seconds. Oh, the counter snowball saves him. G's going to be able to BKB and turn this fight. C2Y refreshes, but the BKB from G, and he's turning. He's going to get the Rubik, but not at all a good trade. What sick plays from Lil. Stealing the ability and using it to absolute full potential and saving G. That was so sick.
So many sloppy plays from eHome, though. That's a dieback now on the Lina, and ROTK just going in way too deep ahead of his team. They were all here near the ward when he was in the base. No way for them to keep up with how far he went in. Roshan coming up in just a couple of seconds here, but it looks like VP will just go mid and take out some of these Tier 1 towers.
Man, this game is just such a treat. It's so back and forth. Both teams getting advantages at varied times, but VP holding that out, the double ravage on the two important heroes, the bounty hunter as well as the Lina. Like, that's what they got to go for,
Look
and they
at these
got
items coming out here, though. Gyrocopter, he gets himself the MKB. Octarine Core out on G, and Phobos, he's not that far away from the Octarine Core himself, 1,700 gold.
He did buy back for this, by the way. So they could go do the pushing. But that's not a big deal. Like, you don't really need that many more items on Tide. Obviously, Octarine Refresher would be god tier on Tide Hunter.
They're going to get
low
roached,
cooldown,
too.
But, oh, man.
I mean, this Lina's still in the grave for another 50 seconds. They can easily do it. This is only Roche number 2, though. No cheese yet.
Only hero moving is ROTK, and he's moving towards us. He's got a blink. He's the kind that likes to steal Aegis if he can.
Will he make it? I'm not even sure he'll make it in time.
It's going to be really close. I think he can get there in time.
Maybe he could.
But only if he goes straight for it.
ROTK, does he go for it? I know he's manly, but how manly? Ice Shards come in.
He stole it! Oh my god, he
finished
sniped
off Roche.
Roshan. That bastard. Oh my god, that was
This
sick.
snaky devil right here. I can't believe that actually worked. That's incredible.
280 shard damage. And Roshan has like 80% spell resistance. It's actually so unlikely that he would be able to do that. He just guaranteed his team. That is a 2,000